Hi everybody, welcome back to Angie's Answers. Today I'm going to show you how to attach the zipper system to a project. As you know, Sue designed the zipper system way back in 1999 when we were first starting Longarm quilting. We wanted to find an easier way to get quilts on and off of the frame without constantly having to pin or unpin. So this is the zipper system that we've created, that we design here, that we stamp and we package here. We joke that it's kind of like our factory job. So we get the zippers in by the hundreds and then we stamp them ready for you to be able to use to make your life easier. So I want to first talk to you a little bit about the zipper system and some of the ways that we use it. So the way that the zipper system comes, this is called the machine set. There are 3 full zippers in this package, and it also comes with this manual. This manual is going to walk you through step by step on how to install the zippers onto the frame, how to square up your backing fabric, that we also have a video on here too, to eliminate any twisting in there, how to attach the zippers to the frame, or to the project, excuse me, how to attach the zippers to the project, which we're gonna do in just a little bit. And then how to get a quilt loaded onto the frame, and then also how to do that basting part and how to eliminate that zipper at the bottom edge of the frame too. So this is the manual that would come with the machine set. We have stamped the zippers to try to make your life a lot easier. So the zippers are all stamped to tell you where they belong. So we have 2 that go on a backing fabric, and we have 1 half piece that are going to go on a quilt top. So let me pull this half piece out of here because this is our backing fabric that we just squared up. We want to start attaching our zippers to our backing fabric. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unzip this zipper so I can completely separate them as well. Our backing fabric, when we squared this, I put my 2 safety pins here to show me the centers of that backing fabric. So I'm going to open this up now so you can see where those centers are. So I want to keep one of them towards me here with this wrong side of the backing fabric facing up. And then I want to open that all the way up, and that's going to be my other edge of my backing fabric up here with that center mark, and again with that wrong side of the fabric facing up. So here is the way that you would be looking at it, the way that you would be standing. This is our center mark. This backing fabric does have this seam. I did make the choice to run this seam vertical as I'm going to load it on the frame, because that way I can quilt a nice long row that's also going to center that on that quilt top for us. So the first zipper that I want to look for is this one right here. This one tells me to pin to the backing fabric bottom left side and to pin it with that backing material wrong side up. So I'm going to keep this zipper to my left side, and I'm going to slide all the way over until I find that center mark. What I want you to think about with the zippers and fabric is think about like a jacket zipper or a purse. Whenever you're attaching something like that to one of your projects, you can't see this wrong side, this raw side of the zipper. So same thing with this. I want to hide that. So therefore my zipper becomes my bottom layer. My fabric is going to be the next layer on top of that, and then my pins will be that 3rd layer. So I take that center mark and I line it up with that seam because I know that that's the center of my backing fabric. And then I'm going to take this pin out of the way. So I'm going to line these 2 up here, line up those center marks here, and then I'm going to take this pin out, hold that fabric in place, and I'm going to twist this pin so now it's going side to side, and just get that one attached. Then before I do any other pinning, I want to find that other zipper that belongs on my backing fabric. So this tells me to pin to my backing fabric top left side. Same thing with that backing material wrong side up. This is a zipper that a lot of people tend to get flipped the wrong way. They make the mistake of coming around here and walking around this side of their backing fabric, pulling it this way, but now this is my left side. So I can't have my zipper going this way. I need it all to stay the way that we're loading it on the frame. So always stay right here at this edge and just pull this one closer to you, so then you can reach this edge of your backing fabric. So this is going to be the top edge of my backing fabric. This is still my left-hand side here. So I keep this zipper to my left side and I pull straight over until I find that center mark again. Remember, the zipper is your bottom layer. So that's going to be my bottom layer. I'm going to bring the fabric right on top of that. So my fabric is wrong side up. I'm going to take this pin out of here, line up those 2 center marks there, and then I'm going to take and pin that in place. So I'm lining up the fabric right near the edge of the teeth of the zipper. This is how I make sure that I'm pinning nice and straight. So I don't want to see a little bit of that canvas part of the zipper or nylon part of the zipper. I want to keep that fabric right up next to the teeth of the zipper. So I have both of these attached. The last one is going to get attached to your quilt top. So let me find my safety pin on my quilt top. Here it is. The quilt top, you of course want to always see your pretty side. So your quilt top is going to say with the pretty side up. Let me push that out of the way. And then that last zipper that gets attached is this one that tells me to pin to my top fabric bottom left side. So this of course doesn't say wrong side up. So this is going to be the pretty side up. So I keep this to my left and I slide over until I find that center mark on my zipper. Remember, the zipper is always the bottom layer. I'm going to take this pin and just open it up so I can find that center mark, match that up with that center mark for my pin here, take that pin out and twist it on top. So zipper is always the bottom, and then your fabric, and then your pins on top of there. Same thing when I pin this, I'm going to line up the edge of my quilt with the teeth of the zipper. When I start to pin, we like to use these pins. These are the Handi Quilter Longarm quilting pins. They're nice and strong and durable, and they're really sharp too. So I always want to pin from the center towards the outside. So I'm going to take this pin and I'm going to push it through. I am using as much of that pin as possible, and I'm not weaving it. Then when I space them, I set my thumb down and I put them about a thumb width apart. So I just kind of measure with my thumb and have a space of about a thumb width apart. If you pin them too far apart, what's going to happen is the fabric is just going to pull right off of the zipper and then nothing's being held. So you want to pin them about a thumb width apart and try to use all of that straight pin. You can also use safety pins if you want to. They won't fall out and you won't tend to poke yourself. So I like to use straight pins just because it's a lot faster and I don't have to worry about opening or closing each one of those. I am very right hand dominant, so it's easy for me to hold the fabric with my left hand and to pin with my right hand, but it's hard for me to go this direction. So what I do, I would go all the way to the corner, pin all the way to that edge. When I'm ready to start pinning this way, I would hold my project here and I'm just gonna rotate it around. I'm just gonna spin that around. So now I'm still holding this edge here and I'm holding it with my left hand. So I can come in and I can pin here with my dominant right hand, and I'm still pinning about a thumb width apart. So there's a space of my thumb from that point to the next head of the pin. If you put them too close together, you'll get kind of a ripple effect. So that is one of the huge benefits with the zipper system is I don't have to be ambidextrous. I can take the fabric and I can spin it to make it easier for me. So that's how you would attach your zipper system to your quilt top. You're going to do the same thing with your backing fabric. Keep this towards you here, and then I usually put a good pile of pins right on here, and I'm just going to line everything up and start pinning across this bottom edge here. So again, using as much of the zipper as I can, or as much of the pin as I can, and spacing them about a thumb width apart. The zipper system is going to save you a ton of wear and tear on your canvases too, because once we get this pinned to the zippers, I can load it on the frame and I'm not pushing that pin through the canvas. This nylon material is a lot more forgiving, so I get to use these zippers over and over and over again. It also doesn't matter what size project I'm putting on. Our zippers on our 12-foot frame are 132 inches long for the Handi Quilters, so I could have my backing fabric all the way out to that 132 inches. My quilt top would, of course, need to be a little bit smaller, but I can pin all the way across. If I'm loading a baby quilt, I still find the center, and I'm only loading just that little bit onto the zippers. So you use the same length of zippers no matter what size your project is. I am going to work on pinning this. Just one more tip that I have found for the backing fabric for that bottom edge, because the backing fabric sticks out the widest on the roller bar. If you do take the time and in this corner, just put one safety pin right in the corner of your two, just on that bottom zipper. If it's a straight pin right here, it'll kind of catch on your belly and poke your belly, and then you'll rip your shirt. Most of my shirts are ripped. So I do recommend just putting one safety pin right in that bottom corner for the backing fabric. I hope that all makes sense for how to pin a project to the zippers. If you do have any questions, please put them in the comment below. I will try to get to those, or you can email us. Our email is quiltingconnectionwi@yahoo.com. Our phone number is 262-723-6775. You can also send us a message, like I said, through YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, any of those ways too. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. We hope that you will love the zipper system as much as we do. Have a great day.